We're a very large academic medical center. We have 5 different campuses. We have about 18,000 employees. We serve somewhere in the area of 1.6 million meals a year. Our goal is really to provide the best patient experience possible.
CBORD, I believe, has been in New York Presbyterian for about 10 years. And CBORD became a scapegoat for a lot of the problems that we as an organization were having.
And as I began to look into it, I realized that CBORD technically had the capability to manage our processes in an automated fashion. It just wasn't set up to do that. So at that time, I reached out to the leadership at CBORD and asked if we could partner with them on bringing our system up to its potential.
Nancy and Max actually came down and sat at a table, and I broke everybody out into hour to 2 hour segments based on what they did. And we listened over and over again to the same themes. The themes of the lack of training, the lack of consistency, the lack of accurate data, what needed to be done. And I remember Max looking at me and saying, we have a problem.
So we had to set that infrastructure first, and then we laid out a plan for having each of the components of CBORD go live, training everybody in every area on the application of it, and then finally ensuring that we could sustain this process going forward.
The magnitude of this project is huge. The timeline itself is probably about 15 to 16 months.
We're involving probably in excess of 30 to 40 managers in this.
By doing that, we've engaged every level of management in the food and nutrition department into creating an empowerment and a buy-in and actively working with CBORD. That's not happened before.
We've been on other engagements and other projects in the past, and I think one of the things that makes this one different is that we're working more closely in hand, one-on-one with our CBORD reps.
Without the confidence in the database, you will not get people to truly buy in and utilize the process.
Sharon and Graham help good at putting pauses in place to say, well, let's take a deep breath and look and see what we can do in this short time, or in the long term, what we can do to make that part of your operation better.
The ultimate goal is to be fully automated. In this day and age with the technology that CBORD has and supports, there's no reason that we should be continuing to use each of these modules independently of each other.
We expect to save probably in the area of $1 million to $1.5 million in food costs.
We've always reported out financial data, but I think the numbers were more arbitrary and they mean something now.
You absolutely need a system like CBORD in a very large and complex food operation. It has to be automated, and CBORD is a great product for it.